Hey folks, so for this video, rather than read a whole book as in my Halloween special, I thought I'd, for the first time since the 90s, I'd replay and do a video about this classic Sonic adventure game book, Zone Rangers. I explain the rules of the game, give a bit of info about the plot, and give a kind of review of it. To give some context about the book itself, this was released as the second of a series of 6 game books only in the UK. I've only had 5 of them. I believe the 6th is quite hard to come by. And the second of the 2 written by James Wallis, the other one being Metal City Mayhem, arguably the best 2 of the series. And before writing this Metal City Mayhem, Wallis was also part of the Martin Adams supergroup, who co-wrote the wrote the novels published by Virgin. As the introduction says, it's not a regular book; it's a game book, where it starts at the first part and ends at the final part. But the player has quite a lot of control over what happens between them, including whether they make it through it all, because there's quite a large number of game overs, and well, they have to start all over again, and some are really harrowing. To play with the book, the player needs a pen. Well, a pencil with a rubber on the back is better, as there can be a fair bit of correction as you go through. A few sheets of paper and a die, so one of these. It plays like a Dungeons and Dragons for kids, if you will, because as you can see here, you got vital statistics of speed, strength, agility, coolness, quick wits and good looks. And the player has to give one of them a 5, so say speed could be a 5, one of them a 4, say agility, another a 3, say strength, this is what I usually do, and a 2 for all the others. And at times the book would ask you to roll a die, add it to your attribute, and you have to either equal or beat whatever number it says to get past an obstacle, or not, as the case may be. Or you may be called to roll on an attribute to fight an enemy or multiple enemies. For these you have to use the equal or beat between 4 and 10, or if it's a boss, if you will, a boss enemy, they can be up to like 15. But if you fail a roll, the enemy or enemies get a chance to retaliate. And they have to beat a 10. If they fail, Sonic or Tails get hit. So I mean, they get another shot. And like in the games, they lose all their rings or life if they don't have any. And this is a part of the book where Sonic and Tails are together, then they have to beat a 15. So unique to this book, both Sonic and and Tails get their own set of attributes and collect their own rings collected or items. So yeah, it's very much like a tabletop RPG for kids. To give an example of how it plays, I'm just going to read the first part, as it's divided into 300 parts, so no real spoilers here. But before we begin, check out this cute artwork, by the way. There's a lot of these line drawings in the book. Some of them, like these bigger ones, reflect the story they're telling. Others are just filler though. Anyway, so part 1. It's a cool spring morning in the Green Hill Zone, and Sonic and Tails are lying under a palm tree, sleeping as hard as they can. Sonic is dreaming of receiving the Mobius prize for being best at everything, while Tails is dreaming of hunting wild chocolate eclairs armed only with a toothbrush. The two friends were up late the night before watching television. The film Zone Alone was being shown on TVPM, Television Planet Mobius, for the first time, and Sally Acorn invited everyone to a party to watch it. Sonic and Tails had seen the film before and didn't like it, so they left the party before the film started and spent the rest of the evening eating microwave snacks and watching monster movies on video. They didn't get to sleep until they watched their favourite, Mobzilla fights outer space monsters from Planet Z, twice. Until they can doze as much as they want. Heroes like them don't have to get up to go to school or work. Lucky them. They don't have anything special to do today. Everything's quiet, which usually means that Sonic's enemy Dr. Robotnik is plotting something. But Sonic and Tails beat him thoroughly last time, and they're pretty sure they won't be back for a while. Tails grunts and turns over. He's dreaming that a herd of cream eclairs are hiding behind the cosmic washing machine, and he's wading through strawberry jam to get to them, carrying his trusty toothbrush like a quarterstaff. Sonic isn't dreaming, he's floating halfway between being asleep and waking up. He's warm and comfortable, but there's an annoying noise at the edge of his hearing. It's a sort of buzzing, roaring, grinding sound and it won't go away. Imagine that you are Sonic. What would you do? Do you think you should ignore the rumbling, roll over and go back to sleep? If you do, turn to section 233. If you think you should get up and wake Tails as well, turn to section 78. If you think Sonic should go and investigate the sound on its own, turn to section 114. So you can get up and do something, as Sonic no doubt would. Or if you choose to do so, you can just be a lazy bastard and just lie there. And if you choose that option, Sonic closes his eyes tightly and tries to ignore the rumbling sound in the distance. It's no good. The noise, the odd smell, hang on a minute. It's no good. The noise is definitely getting louder. There's an odd smell on the breeze as well, a horrible burning smell that reminds Sonic of the last time Robotnik tried to take over the planet, and Sonic had to journey through the oil ocean zone. He didn't like the smell then, and he doesn't like it now. If you think Sonic should lie there where he is, hoping the noise and the smell will go away, then turn to section 59. If you think that's a silly idea, and he should at least open his eyes, turn to section 220. And if you're still set on just lying there, then this happens. Sonic lies still, ignoring the rumbling, thudding, grinding noise as it gets louder and louder. The horrible smell fills his nose and the ground begins to shake. Sonic puts his paws over his eyes and ears to blot it all out, and so he doesn't see the giant bulldozer before it squashes him as flat as a pancake. Remember, Sonic is never slow to act when there's a job to be done. Now turn back to section 1 and try again. Game over. And there's another cute drawing where they're running away from the bulldozer. So that's the first game over in the book after it's only just begun. Another of my favourite game overs comes just a bit later in the book when Sonic and Tails enter a new building. They're in a dark room with just a TV that lights up with hypnotic patterns and background music. You're called to roll on their coolness to resist it, but if you fail, then this happens. The whirling pattern on the screen fill the minds of our heroes. All they see is spinning dots, all they hear is humming music, all they feel is happiness. When the screen clears and the face of Dr. Robotnik appears on it, they don't mind at all. Sonic and Tails! Ha 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 ha! Laughs the mad scientist. At last I have you in my power, hypnotised by my television set. Now you'll work for me, and you'll enjoy it. Go out, get excavating, and build something pointless and ugly. Unthinkingly, the two animals turn and march into the sunshine. There's two more creatures that Robotnik will use to take over the world. The adventure ends here. Turn back to section 1 and try again. Game over. Yeah, in this case, Robotnik has enslaved Sonic and Tails and all their animal friends, and he takes over the world. To give an example of a more multiple choice part, I'll read just a bit later in the book after they've teleported out of the building. As this artwork shows, they're trying to get into a stronghold guarded by crocodiles to get to the Chaos Emerald that they hear is within, this being Sonic media and all. The fort has battlements on top of it, from which crocodiles are raining rotten fruit down onto the warthogs below. There is a solid door in front of the building. Most of the guards are concentrating their fire there, keeping the invaders away from it. There is a strange greenish glow coming from the windows around the bottom of the building, and it gives Sonic a peculiar prickling feeling all the way down his back. Should Sonic and Tails throw something at the crocodile to distract their attention, turn to 176, look for another way in, turn to 75, or charge the main door with spin attacks, turn to 24. Each option takes the player down a slightly different path, so you can really have a different experience with every playthrough. I mean, I hadn't played since the 90s, but even on this playthrough I came across bits that I hadn't before or didn't remember at least. So in conclusion, if you like Sonic, like Dungeons and Dragons, or like me as a kid that loved Sonic but just open-minded, then I guarantee you'll love this. As I said earlier, this one and Metal City Mayhem are the best in my opinion. The others that I own are all okay, apart from the one Sonic vs Sonic, like a Metal Sonic. That one's not so good. eBay is probably the best place to find them these days. Thanks for watching, if indeed you still are, and I hope you enjoyed my look at this classic piece of Sonic nostalgia. Please give a like if you liked it, and don't if you didn't. And enjoy the rest of your day, folks.